Hello YouTube, Robert Alvarez the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting and Fan. I do not get tired of that, seriously. So right now the date is Sunday, November 29th, 2015, and the time is approximately 11:49 p.m. I was going to wait until midnight, but then I'm like, nah, I'm not going to wait until midnight. Especially because, well, in one of my several previous videos, yes, I did say I was going to be catching up this weekend, and sure enough. So I am very excited because I mentioned that there was going to be some surprises in store. Little did I know that I was going to be one of the recipients of one of those surprises. So several hours ago, around 3:54 p.m. today, I received an email from Brian. Brian is one of the two co-owners of, or one of the two new co-owners of Catland, you know, Catland Books on Flushing Avenue in Brooklyn. And he wanted to know if I was available to give readings at a special tarot and astrology focused salon. And I checked my calendar because, you know, I'm not fond of talking out of my ass. And I was available this coming Sunday, December 6th, 2015, from 1 to 9 p.m. And then I replied that yes, I am. Very excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. And again, this is a combination of several things. Because although it would be very easy for me to say, well, I did it by myself, I really didn't do it by myself. In other words, I could easily take all the credit, but I don't feel divinely guided to do that, number one. I don't feel that that would be appropriate to do, number two. And number three, it really is a combination of several people. It's a combination of Brian and Melissa, of course. It's a combination of Phil English, who is another owner of Catland. It's a combination of all the wonderful people in Brooklyn who have made Catland such a fantastic place. And not to mention the divine guidance that I've been receiving from amazing goddesses, wonderful gods, and wondrous angels. So I am very excited. I'm looking forward to it. It's amazing to me how this is the third time that someone contacted me about giving readings at Catland and I was available. It amazes me because, again, September through December has always been the busiest time of the year for me. I noticed that after I began leading my Divine Prosperity events on a monthly basis, that's when I became busy pretty much all year round. But historically, since I became a professional psychic, September through December is the busiest time of the year for me. And it makes me very happy to give readings. It makes me very happy to divine and use different card decks. What's really interesting is that the timing is also very appropriate for several reasons. Number one, right now the moon is waning. If my memory serves me correct, the next new moon, which is a new moon in Sagittarius, is on Friday, December 11th. And several years ago, I learned that when the moon is waning, meaning going from full to new, it is also an ideal time for divination, for introspection, for spiritual work, for psychic work. And number two, it's also in December, meaning it is before January 2016. So for those of you who were unable to come to the first two Black Mirror salons, now you have an opportunity to come and have reading with the Sacred Tarot, or to have an astrological consultation. The other interesting thing is that this is a tarot and astrology focused salon, which means that I will be predominantly using tarot decks. Although, oh, and that's another thing which Brian and Melissa do not know yet, and that is that because I have so many decks, I tend to rotate my decks, meaning that every month I go through different decks. I follow my divine guidance, or in the case of one of my previous videos, I did what my fellow YouTube witch Ember Honeyraven suggested, and that was shop in my own home. and found the Conscious Spirit Oracle deck, which I will be using not only next month, which begins in roughly 2 days, or 1 day and 45 minutes, or whatever it is. Yeah, sometimes I can't do math in my head. I apologize. And of course, I get to use all these beautiful tarot decks, so I'm very excited about that. And I definitely will be using the tarot deck that is currently housed in this beautiful pouch. I don't have all the components of this deck yet, of this kit yet, but I will tell you the deck that I was divinely guided to put in this pouch is called the Gaia Tarot, or the Gaian Tarot by Joanna Powell Colbert, or Joanna Colbert. No, I think it's Joanna Powell Colbert. I will show you the Priestess card, which is more commonly known as the High Priestess. And I will show you the back of the card design. Let me see how I do this. Okay. Now take a look at that. That really was not intentional. It was like, I just remember, I don't remember if I mentioned this in the video where I showed this. I think that was Song of the Nile. But I just remember, I was remembering that one of my favorite fine artists, Claude Monet, was a Scorpio. And when I saw this pouch, well, hello, Isis. Did you want to be in the video? I'm asking a question. She can be in the video if she wants. But those alpha females, those alpha female animals, they're moody, you-know-whats. But anyway, so anyway, I love her. I love this cat. I want to wring her neck, but I love her. I do love her because she's very beautiful and she's very comforting. Anyway, so I'm gonna put this away because I'm getting distracted. So remembering that, I remember looking at the Etsy site that had this, Wild Child Creations, and I'm like, that reminds me of his Lily's painting, the name of which I forgot. Because clearly I have not slept enough today that I'm forgetting, basic things and, things that I've known for a long-ass freaking time. But anyway, so I am very, very excited about the upcoming Tarot and Astrology Salon. I'm looking forward to using some of my personal favorite tarot decks. I'm looking forward, and it's interesting because, I do have clients that have come to me for astrological services, and, I do include astrological information in my intuitive card reading. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm very excited about it. I'm happy that I'm available, and of course, I am immensely thankful to all of the clients thus far that I have that have had a reading with me at the Black Mirror salons, that have had readings with me at Catland, that are going to have readings with me at Catland in exactly 7 days on Sunday, December 6th, 2015, between 1 to 9 p.m. And I'm going to offer the same divinely discounted rate of $20 for 15 minutes, which those of you that have had private readings from me, you know that my private readings are much more than that. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm very excited about it, and I probably will list the different tarot decks that I'm going to use, and I'll probably do that both in the comment section below or in the info section below. Whatever, I've got to find out the name of the section that lists the description in the YouTube videos, because it's driving me up the freaking wall. So anyway, I'm very excited. I'm very grateful. I am most thankful, and I'm looking forward to it. And it's so funny because, again, only recently I was telling one of my personal heroes, I miss giving readings in a public venue on a regular basis. I miss having a line of clients waiting to have a reading with me. I miss seeing clients, give me gifts, and that's already manifesting, which makes me extremely happy. And it also touches my heart because, well, after canceling several classes, I really began to question whether or not it was going to remain in my best interests to be a professional psychic, or rather whether it was going to continue serving me and benefiting other people to be a professional psychic. And I have a feeling that this is the goddess's way of saying, you know what, Robert? You are going to continue to make a difference in people's lives. You are going to continue to help people through your readings. You are going to continue helping people through your psychic services. And I'm going to prove that to you. I'm going to show you that, and I'm going to show you that under my timing and under divine timing and my grace. But you'll see it and you'll know it. Well, I see it and I know it. I'm really enjoying how beautiful Brooklyn has been. It's so funny because, again, this store has been in existence for a few years, but Melissa and Brian have really turned it around. You know, they have all of these great workshops and all of these different events and great merchandise, and you know, it's becoming, you know, I'm becoming more interested in being there. I'm even accepting friend requests from people who are involved with the shop. Like, I don't do that. I am so, you know, I unfortunately, you know how a lot of people, you know, complain about Walmart on what's commonly called Black Friday. I tend to do that with Facebook on any day of the week that ends with the letter Y. And I know better. I know better because, first of all, blaming and complaining about something or someone never makes a difference. It never helps a situation. But this certainly has become more challenging for me to deactivate or even delete my Facebook page. Oh, but I gotta tell you, earlier this year I had deactivated my Facebook page for 3 to 6 months, and they were the most relaxing, productive, and stressless time of the year for me. And I long for that. I utterly long for that. So I'm going to need to do something about that. And doing something about that now is not in the cards, no pun intended. So over the next few days, once I have the different decks that I'm going to list in this, you know, for this event, then I will let you know. There will be an accompanying blog post, and I'm very excited about it. I'm really looking forward to it, and I also get to spend time in one of my other favorite places, which is Swallow Cafe, which is not too far from Catland. It's so funny because at the most recent event, the Black Mirror Salon 2, I was early, because, you know, I'm a fanatic for punctuality, and I thought to myself, well, you know, there'll be chairs. You know, I'll be able to sit down and relax and have my breakfast. Fuck that. Not one chair. One would think, Bushwick, Brooklyn, I would be able to sit down, sit my fat Cuban colon down, and have a coffee. No. Because there was no place. I wasn't going to sit on the table like, you know, plant it here, you know. Oh, but, you know, it's okay. I still love Brooklyn. Brooklyn is being very good to me, which is so funny because for years and years, Queens was being super good to me. Now it's Brooklyn. I went from one side, from one end of New York City to another. I still go to Queens from time to time, and I still love Forest Hills, and I still love Elmhurst, and I still love Whitestone, and I still love Rego Park. But Queens, you haven't been very good to me lately. Little sprickets here and there, like you know, little droplets. I'm getting a waterfall from Brooklyn, baby. What's Queens gonna do about that? Or Manhattan? Or Staten Island? Or Long Island? What you gonna do, bitches? Anyway, so we'll see what happens with how much better Queens treats me now that Brooklyn has taken up the slack. And with that, I now announce that it is now 12:03 a.m. The witching hour has begun. I'm wearing the appropriate colors. Although in a little while I'm not going to be wearing any colors because I'll be like getting ready for bed. And you know, you're picking up Isis, and you want to come up here? Come on, come up here. Come on. You know what I'm doing. And you're probably hungry. Again. This cat does not starve. I would lift her up, except that she doesn't like being picked up from me. Looking right at me. Ow. Damn. Okay, that's a cue to end the video. Did you do that? Did you do that to me? Did you make me do my nose? She's just looking at me. That hurt. Okay. Okay. YouTube, thank you very much. I wish you many blessings. This video will be uploaded soon, although you won't know it because I'll have uploaded it when I uploaded it. But I wish you a blessed night, a beautiful week, and many blessings.